Today is a fantastic, epic night for neutral Serie A fans. Not that much for the one that will lose the Scudetto, not that much, let's be honest, for Juventini, because it's not beautiful. There are two scenarios today, and they are both not ideal. Worst case scenario, Inter is winning it, where a few weeks ago we were all thinking it's over. Napoli, they had already 2 match ball. Today is the last one. If they win, Napoli, and that's the best case scenario, well, we are smiling. I will not say happy, but smiling, because you have an Antonio Conte, you have a Giovanni Manna, and most importantly, it's not Inter. Let me know in the comment section who you believe will win. Not who you want, who you believe will win. Super important. But then, of course, coming back to Juve, super important is to answer 2 questions. Because Antonio Conte will leave Napoli. The big questions are, 1, when will he announce that he leaves? Super important, super important. Second question, where will he go? Because a lot of Juventini are certain, 100% it's Juve. Wait, calma. We'll speak about the 2 road possibilities for Juve as well on the Mercato, because Mercato or not Mercato, depending on the result of the game against Venezia on Sunday. A top Mercato with names like Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyokeres, Sandro Tonali, Adeyemi, or you have a B Mercato with other names. We'll speak about that in today's video and much more. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Ragazzi, we start with the first page of Corriere dello Sport. He's saying the night is the Oscar night, and the winner is... So if you didn't yet, please let me know who you think that the winner will be. And don't forget to put a maximum of like, continue to subscribe to the channel, because now we start. Of course I'm pissed off. Of course I'm jealous. Of course I wanted to be there. Not that we would win it, because I was sure that we were not ready to win the Scudetto in 24-25. I always thought that Inter was much stronger than all the other ones. I knew that Napoli would compete because they had a beautiful team. Don't forget that this team, yes, they arrived 10th, but the season before they won the Scudetto. Osimhen was not there anymore, Kvaratskhelia for half a season, but it was still a team with some beautiful fundamentals, base players that could do something ideal situation for Antonio Conte, the huge factor there. So let's see what will happen, but of course I'm jealous because I wanted to be there. And next season, I always told you my priority is hearing from the management that yes, we want to compete for the Scudetto. You can never promise that you will win the Scudetto, but competing, that's something that you can promise. Instead of hearing, we have a minimum objective that is the Champions League and the rest are dreams. No. I want a reality. I want that it's clear in the mind of everyone, whoever will sit on the bench, whoever will be there, part of Juventus Football Club. I want that it's really clear from day -1 that our objective is to compete, and if we don't compete, we failed. Okay? That's why I'm pissed, because we don't compete. Now, the 2 questions, when and where. Pay attention, you never know. This evening, you never know when will he announce that he will leave. Could be immediately. If they lose the Scudetto, Antonio Conte says goodbye. If they win the Scudetto, he could say goodbye. Of course, he will not reveal the team where he will go, but it could already be that he says, yes, I leave Napoli. Or he can take a bit of time waiting to meet Aurelio De Laurentiis, that will try maybe to do a last attempt to keep him. Not sure that he wants to keep Antonio Conte. And then let's see what will happen. But I really believe that this night we can already have something. So keep your notifications ring on, because you never know. And that's one. The when. Because you know it. If really comes to Juve, but he already announced that he's leaving Napoli already today, tonight. What do you do with Antonio Conte? You say nothing, you let him there, and you go to the Club World Cup with Igor Tudor, knowing perfectly that he is the coach, and you don't take the opportunity to start faster, to win already some time, to let him know, the players, that he can decide who he really wants to keep at Juve or not, to really, because one thing is watching them on video, is asking feedback from people that you trust. The other thing is coaching them, being there, feeling them, speaking with them, entering their minds. Who is able to go 100% and to be able to adapt to Antonio Conte now already, that could be really a changing moment. If you bring Antonio, if he is the one, if you bring him immediately, could be really, really a game changer. I would take the opportunity, and it's not disrespectful for Igor Tudor. I know what has been said. I know the promise that has been said. I perfectly am aware of that, like Igor Tudor. But if Igor knows perfectly that he's not the coach of Juve, that he's just going there as a friendly tournament, well, ragazzi, that would be, according to me, disrespectful for Igor Tudor. He doesn't want to waste time. Also for him, if you keep him until the mid of July, if you are doing well in that competition, maybe he will not even be able to find a team for himself if he's not continuing with Juve. So I think that in terms of respect, taking a fast decision will be important. If you didn't decide yet, of course, you continue with Tudor with the Club World Cup, and then you take a decision, which, according to me, would be really bad. But Francesco Totti yesterday spoke, and he said, who after Ranieri to Roma, he said, Allegri and Conte, they will not come because they already signed. They already found, let's say, they already had an agreement with their new team. He didn't reveal the team, but he already said that they already found. And that's why I'm telling you, ragazzi, if really it's Antonio Conte, go fast. Roma is also saying, guys, we already found the coach, and we will make sure that he's announced the 1st of July. So they tell us that they already found the coach. It will not be Allegri, it will not be Antonio Conte, curse who will be, but the 1st of July they will announce. Also really strange, and to wait until the 1st of July, maybe because it's a coach that is at the moment still participating with a team to the Club World Cup. Could be. Anyway, that's Antonio Conte. When? Then the second question, where will he go? Because a lot of Juventini, they are sure, and I'm not speaking only about the supporters, experts of MERCATO, he will go to Juve. It's a done deal. They are already starting to make the staff of Antonio Conte will go with him to the Bianconeri. But are we 100% sure that he will go to Juve? If you are not looking at his history, his past, his love for Juve, the will that we have to bring him back, if you're not listening to nobody, if you're looking at curriculum, the history of Antonio Conte, what would be the two most beautiful challenges for him in terms of what he will do the best? It's Milan, without any competition, a team with valid players. It's Manchester United, without any European competition, with some valid players, and on top of that, with a lot of money to put on the Mercato to make him happy. He knows Serie A, he knows Premier League, he already won in both of the leagues. Would be ideal scenarios. Then, of course, I know that at Milan it's a huge big confusion. I know that, and by the way, they are looking for maybe Thiago Motta. They are looking for Vincenzo Italiano that he will stay at Bologna, even if he didn't reach Champions League qualification. But with that Coppa Italia, it was a beautiful one. So they will play Europe next season. It will be Europa League. And then, of course, you have Juventus. I repeat it 3 times because that's what I believe at the end will happen, that he will come back to Juve. That's what I hope. But I really want to say to you guys, yes, he will leave Napoli, but are we 100% sure that he will come to Juve? At the moment, no. Don't be too confident that at a certain moment you will be there and you will regret and you will say, Beppe, but you promised us Antonio Conte. And no, I don't promise you because I perfectly know how transfer market works. Anyway, it will also depend a lot of Juve. What are we able to do? Because Venezia, Juve of Sunday, I continue to repeat how important it is, Mercato or not Mercato. When I'm telling you that Manchester United without Champions League, they can go and they can put money on the table. Well, Juventus without Champions League, no. And on top of that, that you are winning, that you are drawing, or that you are losing, or whatever result that you are doing on Sunday, you will play a lot of games more. It just depends what competition you will be able to participate in. If you win, you are fourth and you play Champions League, which are at least 8 more games. If you are in Europa League, because you didn't win, because Roma or Lazio go over you, you play Europa League. Worst case scenario, if you win, the other two are losing. If you lose, the other two are winning. You go in Conference League, a disaster competition, really tough competition on Thursday, playing against some team that you cannot even pronounce the names. Really difficult fields to play in. The pitch is not perfect, the temperature is not perfect, the travel is even longer. So that's why I'm telling you, Antonio Conte, anyway, he will participate in all these leagues, in all these competitions if he joins Juve. Depends. It's a top one, a middle one, or really a low one. But the Mercato is really impacted, influenced by the money. That's why I'm not sure when Llorente this morning on Tuttosport was saying, Juve, if you take Conte, you are sure, you have a certainty. Certainty, not sure. If you're not able to invest to change a few players and good players to make him happy that are ideal for his way of playing, I'm not sure how sure he is with all these games to play. Just warning you, because the Champions League, yes or no, it's impacting, it's changing everything. The Mercato, players in, players out. Look at the Gazzetta dello Sport that is telling us with Champions League that is changing everything. You can go all in for the Mercato to go for players a la Osimhen or Retegui. You can go for players a la Tonali. You can go for players like this one. But at the moment, Juventus cannot go all in because we don't know what competition we will play. And that's why the news that you are reading this morning are Facundo Gonzalez, that is in Torino. We saw the picture on Instagram. Facundo Gonzalez that played 260 minutes with Feyenoord in Eredivisie. Not the successful year. We were hoping he could play more, but he will not be extended. He will not be signed permanently to Feyenoord. So he will come back to Juve to probably be there at the Club World Cup before finding another destination. We are speaking about the Daniele Rugani that played with Ajax. Unfortunately, what a disaster, end of season, not being able to win the decisive game that could have just given them that Scudetto in Eredivisie. Disaster moment for him. Really, I'm sure that he was absolutely not happy about it because he believed in it like all Ajax believed in it. He will come back to Juve. He will go there in the Club World Cup. He will try because he's only 30. He's still a young player to show to whoever the coach will be, a Tudor or Antonio Conte or someone else, that he deserves to stay at Juve. I would be happy if he stays at Juve. He's one that already won with Juve. He has experience at Juve. He knows Juve really well. It's a player that can give something. He can play in a 3-man defense, in a 4-man defense, can play on the left, on the middle, on the right. So it's a player that you always want to have. I think that it was a big regret for us not having Daniele Rugani in our team this season, because probably you would have saved a lot of money. Big mistake from, I don't know who decided it, Thiago Motta, Cristiano Giuntoli, probably both of them. It's a real pity, and I'm sure that with a coach like Antonio Conte or like an Igor Tudor, Daniele Rugani will be really appreciated. Then starter of Juventus 25-26, maybe not, probably not, but is it what Daniele is asking, to be a starter for 38 games in Serie A, for 17 games in Champions League? That's not what Daniele Rugani is asking for. So let's see. Another one that could go back is Fagioli, because looks like more and more like confirmed by Tuttosport. They are saying he will not be permanently signed. They don't want to invest the 16 million euro, not for the technical skills that are extremely high, but for the mental fragility. I always said, but people didn't listen to me, the good choice for him would have been to go abroad, to a Marseille. I said the best option would have been a team like Leipzig, tranquillo. It's a team that is competing to go in Europe. That would be a fantastic. Leverkusen would have been a really beautiful team for him. These kind of teams in Bundesliga would have been ideal, because the pressure is absolutely not the same, because he's far away. He can build himself back. Then the player coming back to Juve. Look, in terms of talent, bravo, good. I'm happy. The player that also was there with the youth. Mental fragility will always be a problem. It's too recent to have him back at Juve and believing that he could be a game changer. Let's see. One that could be there in the World Cup for clubs is Bremer, that yesterday also answered some fan accounts, Juventus graphics, that were asking, how are you doing? When are you coming back? Or how much are we missing before you come back? And he said, not a lot. I would be there really soon. So we are all counting on Bremer to have him there. Don't start to put him in your starting lineup at the Club World Cup, because that will not be a reality. Club World Cup that will see the first game against Al Ain, and then against Wydad team from Morocco that are third in Morocco's Moroccan league, and then Juventus, Manchester City, the last game of the group stages before hopefully going to the next stage. But that's actually the news that you are reading at the moment. You are reading about people that are coming back from loan. You are not really hearing about, okay, it's a done deal from the 1st of June, that the Mercato session will be open, and from the 1st of June until the 10th of June. You are not, because we are waiting until Monday. Until Monday we are waiting. Then you can go to a player and say, we play Champions League, we play Club World Cup, we play this, we play that, we have that ambition, It's a confidential thing that I am already tell you, but we already have our coach, and that's the name of the coach that you will be coached with. Can change a lot, and they are telling us today, Osimhen, that yesterday we heard some leaks that Al Hilal is on the player, that he would be keen to go there, even if he prefers to go to Juve. Let's see. On the other side, Retegui, but with Gasperini staying at Atalanta, it's not that easy because they're asking for a lot of money, and I don't want, please, whoever will be the sporting director of Juve, don't do the mistake that we did last year. You have a lot of time. You have double session of the Mercato. Don't wait until match day 3 of Serie A at the 31st of August to go and to go with a real offer. You go, you ask, what is what you want as a price for X player? You want that price? We cannot give you that price. We can give you that. Is there a margin to negotiate? No? Arrivederci, grazie, we go to our other target. Because otherwise, guys, we will have really a lot of problems. Go fast. Super important. Give the players at disposal of the new coach or Igor Tudor if he stays, but give them the players as soon as possible. So what are the A plans? The A names is Victor Osimhen, is possibly a Retegui, but today I'm happy to hear a Victor Gyokeres. Victor Gyokeres, that's my name. That's the name that I would really love to, above all the other ones. Probably the same level as Victor Osimhen, but he's not participating to the AFCON. Big difference. And you're not giving money to Napoli. So he's even earning less money, less salary, a lot less salary than Victor Osimhen. Could be a fantastic deal. Of course, you have a lot of competition from Premier League. You have an Arsenal, you have this team, you have a Manchester United that is not participating in the Champions League, but Victor Gyokeres that has a clause of 100 million that you could potentially go with a 75, 80 million euro offer would be really the big name. Can we do it? Well, first, qualify to Champions League. Then, if you tell me that we were ready to spend 80 million for Victor Osimhen, I'm sure that we have the money. Then you need to convince the player, you need to convince the club. Super important to do. Tonali is still there, is still a name that Juventus believed in, that Cristiano Giuntoli believed in, that he want to bring at Juve in Italy back. What are the other names? B plan. If you don't qualify, then we go towards Lorenzo Luca, but not as a rotational player, as an A player, as the player. If you don't qualify to Champions League, guys, these are the names that you need to hear, but instead of B becomes A. That's why it's important. Sunday is super important. These are the names of Mercato that we're speaking about. Then, Doi from Bologna. Is he a player that could make the difference? Yes, he could. He could make the difference. Yes, absolutely. He's a player that is liked by Antonio Conte. It's a player that is doing really well at Bologna. I don't believe that he goes like a Zirkzee after one season doing really bad. It's a player that is growing, and can do much more. Now, if you're telling me the solution to have Ndoye is Bangula, a swap there for 50 million euro value, and then you need the difference means 25 million euro on top of Bangula for Ndoye, then I'm thinking twice. Then there are players that I believe that you can go for a bit cheaper or the same price from a higher level. I would not love to see Bangula going for 15 million euro. He started really well with Thiago Motta, didn't find a lot of space with Igor Tudor. Well, that's exactly an example why I would love the new coach, if it is Antonio Conte, to be there from day one, already at the Club World Cup, testing an Bangula and giving his opinion. Yes, I believe in him. Or difficult. He will never play with us. So let him go. Because then if the coach is saying that together with the management and they agree on, he can maybe leave. He can go for Ndoye. On the other side, if you never test it, if it's Igor Tudor that is deciding but he will not stay at Juve, guys, don't make these mistakes. Bologna is super interested in the player, like they are interested in Pietrelli, like they are interested in Turicchia, two players from the next gen. Speaking about next gen, well, Savona yesterday was at J Hotel. He met his agent. Inside information that I'm giving you, that what they said there, I don't know, but I know that yesterday he met his agent and probably they are speaking about a possible renewal with Juve. He's earning at today gross 500k, could go towards a 1.5, 2 million euro to stay at Juve with a contract until 2030. Hopefully he can do that, because yesterday I already spoke about him. One that will be there, and that will be a really important one in the Club World Cup, but also in the season 25-26, is without any doubt Khéphren Thuram. Khéphren Thuram, that yesterday has been awarded as MVP of the month of May, but not only from Juve, from Serie A. So best player of the month of May, Khéphren Thuram of Serie A. Bravo, Kev. I can't wait to see you, not only at the Club World Cup, not only in 25-26, but especially now against Venezia on the field. Ragazzi, that was it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, please put a maximum of like, continue to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve.